Hey, want to talk real quick about the movie Unforgiven. This is a companion video to the piece I wrote about the movie on my blog Hobbyscope. You can find that linked in the description. Wouldn't mind you checking it out. It's just a page, a site where I write about everything that catches my fancy, mostly fun stuff. So go ahead and give it a check. Anyway, so I've been working through AFI's top 100 American movies of all time, and we're at number 68, which is the movie Unforgiven, which comes from 1982. It is helmed by Clint Eastwood, who also stars. Now, this movie is what you would consider a classic Western, or just a pillar entry in the Western genre, which frankly is a genre that I wish was still more prevalent in modern cinema, but it's gone a little ways of the dodo. Every now and then a new Western comes out, but they're not really hitting the mark. So, Unforgiven, definitely a strong entry in the Western genre, though I don't necessarily have this movie topping out as one of the greatest of all time. The movie has some confusing layers to it as far as what does this movie want to be. It's definitely a character study following Clint Eastwood's character Bill Money. It's not much for plot. There is a plot. There's there to bring all the characters together, but it's pretty thin. And the movie sort of switches tone in and out, which it makes it kind of hard to really get into it or to really invest in some of the moments that are happening because you don't know if they're going to be impactful. Now, that being said, the characters are fantastic because not only do you have Clint Eastwood, but you have Morgan Freeman, you have Gene Hackman, you have Richard Harris, and those are some cinematic heavyweights. And the characters they portray are fantastic characters. They are inherently interesting, primarily because they all have backstories that you don't know about. You get hints to their past lives, and you get plopped in this moment in time where they all come together, and you can start to see how those past lives form what they are today. So that's pretty entertaining. And just the gravitas that each actor has when they are in a scene, it just pulls it all together. Now, one of the problems I have with Unforgiven, in addition to there being just some confusing layering, movie not necessarily feeling like it knows what it needs to be, is the lighting. Now, I think a lot of movies are unnecessarily dark anymore. Dark does not equal better. I like to be able to see what's going on, especially when you have these fantastic actors on the screen. I want to be able to see what they're doing. And it's just dark. A lot of action takes place in the rain at night, and I can see, going for more of a natural elemental lighting to it. There's lanterns, there's candles, there's the moonlight whenever it shows up. But that's just not enough to light up the light up the scene. Now, some of it does create an aesthetic effect that is appropriate, and some of it just makes it uncomfortable to watch because I'm trying to squint and see what's going on, and I can't see it. That's my biggest thing. Is I just wish that you can see these sets, see the actors, you can see the environment because it is the open west, and so the world hasn't expanded there yet. I wish you could see it, and it's just not there. Now, this movie did win Academy Awards. It's obviously in the pantheon of all-time greatest American films, but when it gets to number 68, I feel like some of the movies I've seen on the list have been better, and I think there's obviously going to be better ones up ahead. But this is not a bad movie. This is me just nitpicking things that I wish had been a little different. When I first watched this movie a long time ago, I was expecting a little more action out of it. I don't know why. I just felt like that what this movie was setting up for it. It's got a badass name, a lot of badass characters. There's going to be a lot happening. And it just didn't. It was sort of vanilla in that sense. There's plenty of tense moments and some action that occurs, but not to the level that I was hoping for. So, watching it again, I knew what to expect and was able to see more how it's about the characters and them reconciling their pasts with where they are in the present and overcoming the obstacles in that moment to set them up for their future. Now, where they go in the future, we don't get to see that, but we understand their hopes for the future based on when the movie comes out. Anyway, good Western, would still recommend it. Clint Eastwood is legendary when it comes to that genre. It's one man's opinion, but Not the best, not the worst, but still a pretty darn good movie.